back to the King Kong review series, and today we got a special treat for you. Because on this episode, we're going to be taking a look at a fantastic stop-motion animated fan film prequel to the original 1933 classic with Eric Kessler's Skull Island. Roll the picture! I said roll the picture! Roll the picture! Be right back. And I'm just gonna reassemble the super mess at the classic John Williams score and get rid of all the bullshit and bam! Take that, you Jesus Snyder shit. Oh, god damn it. Hey! Ah! Motherfucker! Ah! Mother Cutter Carl, what the hell are you doing? What? I need that Colin Kessler picture in the projector to review! What? The review? What? You've been smoking celluloid again, haven't you? No! Why would you think that, dude? Okay, then where's the Kessler picture? Oh, that? Let's see. Yeah, we don't have that picture, dude. All that's out there online is a couple of trailers and clips. But he said he would have it done for the 85th anniversary. Well, that's just your opinion, man. Ugh, okay, whatever. Fuck it. I gotta find something else to review. Just keep an eye out on the FTT World Archives. And don't be smoking any more celluloid. Whatever, man. The best way to watch movies is to inhale the pictures. Look at all the pretty colors, dude! Doesn't have the picture. Give me a break. It's the season of fan films. God damn it. What the hell? Okay, for those who don't know, for over a decade since the Peter Jackson remake was released, filmmaker Eric Kessler has been in production of a stop-motion color prequel to the original King Kong, featuring a ton of Kenner action figures, impressive miniatures and dinosaurs, and a wonderful recreation of the original Marcel Delgado Kong puppet that matches perfectly to the original, battling a ton of dinosaurs and creatures. The film has been on constant production, and talking with Eric personally, he stated the film to possibly be released for the 85th anniversary, but nothing has really popped up since. However, I can understand that perfecting a project does take time, and you can't really set a deadline for yourself, so I won't hold that against him. Well, I'm just gonna have to wait until that film's complete then. But the title of this review is called Skull Island. What other fan film has that title? God! Skull Island? Who the hell sent this?
Oh, that was, my bad. Sorry.
Elijah Donovan from Nessie Film Studios? You made this movie?
Well, not necessarily. My uncle Jason Donovan was the one who directed the movie. I just starred as Carl Denham and came up with the idea for the remake.
Oh. Well, then I guess I'll review this film then. Thanks, man. Drop on by if you want to leave some comments about the film.
Yeah, sure thing.
Huh. What a nice man. And a talented filmmaker. Okay, guys, well, I guess I'll be taking a look at this version of Skull Island and see if a bunch of kids back in 2007 can make a loving tribute to the original 1933 classic. The first thing I must put out is the copy Elijah gifted me with. The box cover itself is pretty mysterious, showing nothing but a dinosaur footprint encapsulating the island shores. Huh, I didn't know that Ricardo Montalban was in one of the ape suits for Conquest of the Planet of the Apes. It's kind of a mixed message, though, that the movie is telling me to run away from it. Also gotta credit this personal letter for me inside, and it even comes with a collectible trading card. Topps King Kong 1976 trading cards ain't got shit compared to this one. Even the back art is really nice, showing stills from the movie as well as quotes from several critics. And as much as this cover is selling me, I'm expecting true Oscar-worthy gold on this one. So, let's pop this little bastard in and take a look at Skull Island. The movie mostly tells its story in flashback as we see Carl Denham wandering the beaches to find an idea for his latest epic, until finding a washed-up man who carries the map to the mysterious Skull Island with proof of the prehistoric creatures that lay dormant.
Haha! America! I made it! Hold on there, Krabby! What's your name? Silver. Long John Silver.
This is my least favorite Tim Curry role. After the man dies, Carl leaves his wife to set off on another adventure. He drops a line off to a local army base and hires a young Marine and a local ship captain to go set sail for the island. Arriving on the island, they come across a group of...
I like to move it, move it. All girls all over the world. Original King Julian for the case man. I love how all the girls move their body. And when you move your body, you to move it nice and sweet and sassy, alright?
My God, that's embarrassing. But the cannibalistic natives capture them and sacrifice Carl's star to the giant ape Kong, who I assume in this clip is played by Eminem.
I'm sorry, mama. I never meant to hurt you.
Man, this year is full of Eminem jokes on this show. The crew escapes and ventures into the jungle to get her back, encountering a few claymation creatures until becoming trapped on a log as Kong sends them crashing into the chasm below. The film then switches to color and continues the story with Carl going back to the village to set up a trap for Kong while the Marine ventures off to save the girl. After Kong battles a giant snake, he chases after the two and crashes the village.
Smokey, this is not Nam, this is bowling. There are rules.
But this time, Kong doesn't end up going to New York, as the group must now find a way to destroy him by blowing him up with a rocket launcher. Well, it's nice to know they're taking the ape tactics in killing Kong.
It's just too big for a small world like ours.
For those who don't know, this film had been in production since 2007, gaining a small group of viewers on YouTube waiting for its release, and as more and more clips came in to the old Dunny Jones YouTube channel, many were awaiting the release of this fan film, which was originally titled Kong Volume 1. But as time went on, the movie never really got released online, which bummed out a few fans. Yeah, Elijah, was there ever a reason for its canceled release?
I'd say a big factor in that is that it was just something that was shot on the side for fun when my uncle, the director, had time to work on it, and when he could get his cast, which was mainly my siblings and I.
Huh, interesting. I mean, it could be worse. It could be grisly too.
Attention, please!
What? Sharp a lid on it temporarily.
You got the devil there.
Yeah, there were that many stars in that fucking movie. But after viewing the film in its entirety, I was actually really entertained by the sheer amount of effort from the filmmakers and how adorable the kids were. Elijah as Carl Denham does a decent job with the material, and it seems like the primary focus. The other kids also provide some great humor for their roles, especially the kid who plays Chucks. I swear to God, every time he's on screen, you could just hear the audience go, "No!"
Come on, guys. I said I had algae.
The story itself follows the original quite a bit, but the only issue is that it feels like the film can't pick a particular scene in time. For example, you'll have scenes in dialogue that feel like something out of the 1930s, but then anything with the army, it switches to the Vietnam War era, and that can be a little confusing for the viewer.
Ooh, that's right. I need a pretty face for the movie.
Just another island, Coop. A few more obstacles.
We've been ratted out, boys. Hey, Captain Crunch, you sailed these waters. Do you think you could speak to him?
Alone? You know what's happened to the crew? The crew is weak. Slowing me down.
However, the ending is completely different, but also interesting. Whether or not it was due to the budget or the limitations of the filmmakers, it's kind of intriguing in the direction they took for the ending, and it feels like something out of Ape or the 1960s remake of The Lost World. Both in the fact that they never get off the island and the fact that the ape dies right then and there.
The reason why the ending of Skull Island does not take place in New York, with Kong falling off of the Empire State Building is because my Uncle Jason, the director and writer of the film, basically said that Kong on Skull Island and Kong going on display as the 8th wonder of the world in New York, breaking free and climbing the Empire State Building was a different film. And so that was not changed based on budget, but that was changed based on my uncle's plan to just make the movie about Kong on the island.
There's even a little adorable stinger at the end, which is a nod to the 1998 Godzilla. However, the best way I can describe this movie is like a pre-Kong Skull Island mixed with the tone and humor of Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle. Hell, they play that exact song at the end of the movie. Welcome to the jungle! We got fun and games! We got everything you want! How do we know the name? But of course, the highlights of the movie are the special effects, and even the environments. The jungles and environments of Skull Island are really fascinating and alive when it's shot on location. Wherever it was filmed, it looks spectacular. Yeah, Elijah, where was the film shot exactly?
I would say a good 60% of that movie was filmed on Seven Springs Ranch, but any of the forest scenes were done along the North Umpqua near Glide, Oregon.
Huh, I guess sometime down the road I'll have to shoot something there. And finally, I want to give credit to the many special effects done in the movie. While most of Kong is done with the kid in a gorilla costume, it looks okay for the most part. The many angles it's shot on do look pretty damn good for the most part. The only problem is that during the film, the face paint is on and off for most of the film, which is a drag since most of the face paint looks pretty good. But aside from that, it looks fine. However, its biggest compliment goes to the stop-motion clay dinosaurs, which look really creative and fun to watch. Probably my personal favorite involves the Styracosaurus in the log scene, mostly because the filmmakers did a very clever trick of animating the dinosaur near a computer monitor showing the live-action footage, and animating it all frame by frame. The technique of animating puppets with rear-screen projected backgrounds was a trick Ray Harryhausen did for several of his films, and it's great to see it still used today with much more high-quality results. Overall, Skull Island is a fun and adorable fan film and a loving tribute to the original. The child actors have a lot of fun with their roles, the cinematography is brilliant, and the special effects are great to watch. I have to say thanks to the team at Nessie Film Studios for allowing me to finally see this film, and hopefully down the line they can release it on YouTube for those who have been waiting over a decade to see it. Because honestly, the wait was definitely worth it, coming in at an 8.5 out of 10. So those were my thoughts on the Skull Island fan film, and I have to thank Elijah Donovan for sending me a copy of this film and giving this review his blessing.
Thanks for tuning into this episode of Kong Reviews and watching part of my childhood. Because literally I went from being a 10-year-old to a 17-year-old during the production, so thank you for joining me on that journey.
And with that out of the way, tune in next time when we take a look at a recent genre of filmmaking with a small set of Kong recreations.
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it, move it.